Hello friends, happy Friday. I hope everybody's having a great Friday and your weekend is off to a great start. I have the Matches Memorial Friday Savinelli here as is tradition, and of course it's got some Haunted Bookshop in it, but we'll be changing that real soon because today is a special day. It is Carter Hall Day Eve, which is something I made up about something else that I made up. So, you know, we'll see how this goes. So we've got the, I'm going to have to be letting people in here. Hang on one second, folks. So we've got the Google Meet filling up, and so far we got 2 folks in there. If anyone wants to join us, I originally said let's smoke Carter Hall or Codger Blend, but the fact is we're just going to have some fun, so make it a free-for-all. The link is below in the description, but also drop it into the chat in case you're lazy like me and you don't want to look at the description. And let's see who we got joining us so far tonight. Looks like the lag is very long tonight, so I just showed up. Amazing. Okay, we got Boris the Piper. Hello, Boris. There's the one Simplex one. How you doing, buddy? Rob Boston, Signal Man Tony, Cliff Higgins. Hello, Cliff. On the road to Camp Robbins again. Well, be safe there, Cliff. Voodoo07, living vicariously. Well, we'll smoke 'em hard for you, Voodoo. Michael Case, Vigil of Carter Hall Day indeed. Bona Piper, good to see you, Christian. Pensive Piper, hello. Fantastic. We got a nice crowd. 40 folks already. This is fantastic. I guess Carter Hall Day brings them in. And we got 2 folks over in the Google Meet room. We're going to be bringing them in about 10 minutes or so, once the room fills up a bit here. But you guys can feel free to talk amongst yourself. And I set this up pretty quickly. I assume it's all going to work out the same way it worked back a few weeks ago when Tim and I did this, but hey, maybe it'll be exciting. We never do know. So I said I've got Haunted Bookshop. This is actually the first Haunted Bookshop I've had in about 48 hours. And this is all the Haunted Bookshop I have for the rest of the month. Not that I'm out of it, I've got plenty. I'm just trying to, I'm going on a Haunted Bookshop fast. And the nice thing is I've been smoking up a lot of other stuff, enjoying it, having a good time with it. The one thing I'm worried about is what's going to happen next week at this time, because if you didn't catch it at the beginning there, I actually am going to the Columbus Pipe Show next week. I'm driving out to Columbus on Thursday, and it's an 8-hour drive from here, and then I'll be there Friday. I'm going to leave Saturday, early Saturday afternoon, and drive to Pittsburgh and then back to PA. And how I'm going to do all that driving without Haunted Bookshop is beyond me. So I'll be honest. I don't have to be honest. I got a dispensation the other day from Armchair Piper Ed. He said that I am allowed to smoke Haunted Bookshop while I'm driving back and forth to Columbus. And you know, Ed carries that kind of weight, so I'm gonna go with that. It will not be breaking my fast. I've got a dispensation for that. So something to look forward to, I suppose. Got other folks pouring in here. Cincinnati Barman, good to see you. Smoking H&H Old Dark Fired before the Carter Hall, fantastic. Thank you, Michael. I'm glad you like the pink salmon shirt. I'm just glad it's showing up on your end as pink salmon. It looks like orange here. Lord Hogarth, Poonie Man Piper. There's Armchair Piper. Happy Carter Hall Eve to you, Ed. And Blake with a bunch of letters. Piper said. Steph and Skip Kane, hello. Good to see you guys. Oh, don't bring up that interview, Steph. That wasn't. I embarrassed myself a bit in that. But it was great seeing Ed. If you didn't see it, Armchair Piper has an interview that he did with me. Well, actually, both Armchair Piper and I were interviewed by Dr. Bo, and we had a good time, the 3 of us. So it's worth checking out over on Armchair Piper's channel. There's Texas Piper getting started on the Carter Hall. I am smoking Haunted Bookshop, but I have both old and new Carter Hall, and I'll be switching to those very soon. Can you guys over in the Google Meet room, can you see if other folks come in? You can't, okay. I don't think I've gotten any more. I'm trying to keep an eye on it, but I have to admit the people as they come into the Google Meet chat. But if you tried to get in and you can't, let me know and try again. And if you want to get in, I will put the link in the description once again. I type fast. Yeah, I'm the only weenie that thinks cut and paste jokes are funny still. Big Country Briar stopped in Milan Tobacconist and picked up some of their own Carter Hall. Good deal. The Smooth Piper, how you doing, Peter? Happy Carter Hall Eve to you. And Piper on the 45, good to see you tonight. Pondering of Pepe's Pipes. Great turnout here for Carter Hall Eve. Oh, and I don't think I caught Big Dave earlier. Happy CHE to you too. I'm going to abbreviate it. Easier. There's Scott Terry. Good evening, Scott. Good to see you. We're still holding at 2 folks in the Google Meet. I was hoping that at least the people that lobbied for this would actually turn up and join, but it's fine. We'll have a party anyway. Oh, here we go. Here we got another. I almost hit deny entry. That would have been bad. We'll have a party anyway. And folks, if you're going to be in the chat room, if you're going to be in the Google Meet, you're going to have to mute your computer, or else we're going to get terrible feedback. Oh, here we go. So just keep that in mind. I almost hit deny entry. That would have been bad. We'll have a party anyway. Plus, you'll confuse the heck out of me because I'm going to hear myself talking 30 seconds ago. If you're going to be in the Google Meet, Doug Owen, you're going to have to mute. Good evening. You're sacrificing watching the Cardinals for this? Good man, Doug. I almost hit deny entry. Oh, Skip's back out to sea again, huh? Oh, sorry to hear that, Steph, but we're certainly thinking of him. And we're glad that you could join us. Somebody is still not muted. And it's okay, but in a few minutes I'm going to actually bring the Google Meet into the live YouTube stream, and when that happens you have to mute, but it's okay now. There's Corvette Jim. How you doing, Jim? Going to be seeing Jim next week. Looking forward to that, and I know a lot of other folks. There's Tony 513. Into the live YouTube stream, and when that happens, you have to mute. Okay. Oh, Voodoo, you hurt me. I mean, I would understand if it was the Eagles, but gee. Going to be seeing Jim next week. Now you got to have your priorities right. That seems about right. There's Tony 513. Into the live YouTube stream, and when that happens, you have to mute. Oh, Voodoo, you hurt me. I mean, I would understand if it was the Eagles, but gee. Yeah, I missed that Field of Dreams game. I wanted to watch that. Your priorities right. It looked like a great time, Big Dave. Clarence Wood says if he couldn't smoke Carter Hall at least once a day, life would suck. Indeed. Yeah, Voodoo, I know. Clarence Wood says if he couldn't smoke Carter Hall at least once a day, life would suck. I'm going to take the earpiece out because I can't, the feedback is killing me now. So if you joined late, we do have the the Google Meet going on, and we're going to be switching over to that in just a moment. I'll put the link into the chat once again if anybody's interested in joining us. We got 3 guys there so far, and we're going to be talking about maybe Carter Hall, maybe just codger blends, or tobacco in general, life in general, pipes, the universe, and everything. So should be fun. Kind of sounds like R2D2 in the background, so you can hear that. I don't understand why you guys can hear that. I'm going to look at something here while we... Okay, so you have to let me know if you can still hear me. Hopefully that got rid of the feedback. And would whoever is not muted, please mute, because it's causing feedback on the live stream now. Mute your computer, not the, if you're watching the live stream, you have to mute that. Feedback's gone and you can hear me. Fantastic. Okay, I fixed that. That was my fault, actually. So, yeah, like I was saying, we're going to be going over to the Google Meet in just a second. We got a critical mass of folks there now. One of whom has fish swimming around him, which is interesting. We're going to be switching over to Carter Hall. I've got some Haunted Bookshop in here right now. And we're going to be talking about Carter Hall because it's obviously the Carter Hall birthday bash. But you don't have to smoke Carter Hall. You know, smoke what you like. All right, so why don't we switch on over. I'm going to have to, I can't switch over until everybody mutes their YouTube. If you're watching YouTube, you have to mute it. You can't have the sound up for that. And if you're watching it on the same thing that you're watching Google Meet on, you're going to have to not watch the live stream. It's the only way this will work. I can still hear it. Ed, I think it's you. So let's go ahead and still going on. Ed, can you hear me? Okay, are you watching both the live stream and the Google Meetup on the computer? Okay, but now you're muted. We won't be able to hear you. Sorry, folks. So Ed, if you've got both of them on the computer, you're going to have to close the live stream window. It's the only way it's going to work. All right, so let's switch over because we got folks jumping off, and that's unfortunate. Let's see if this will work. So hopefully you are now seeing the Google Meet view. And hello guys, can you hear me okay? Okay, we're down to 2. We just lost Armchair Piper. Well, I saw Steph and Skip was on for a bit. Somebody else popped in. Please, feel free to jump back on, guys. I'll put the link again, but we have Tim Fournier. Did I get that right, Tim? And we got Todd. How you doing, guys? And here we got Jim PM is joining us. How's it going, Jim? And Todd, how are you tonight? That's good to hear. So what are we smoking tonight? So not Carter Hall, not a Codger blend, but a pretty good Burley. We'll take it. That's okay. How about you, Todd? What do you got tonight? Ah. Okay, well, that's kind of Codgery. That works out. And Jim, are you there? Can you hear us okay? Looks like you might be muted. All right, well, we'll just get started. I'm going to be finished this in a minute, and I'm going to switch over to some Carter Hall. But I learned a couple interesting things about Carter Hall in the 20 minutes before I started this up, because I prepare. I do my research, and Carter Hall tobacco is not the only thing that's named Carter Hall. So Carter Hall tobacco was actually named after Carter Hall Plantation, and we know about that. And by the way, Steph, we were hoping to get an update on how things are going with the Carter Hall purchase, how the fund is coming along. So if you could let us know, that'd be great. Cincinnati Batman, I don't think you can hear the Google chat because nobody's talking in the Google chat. Let me know if you could hear Tim. He just said trying to light up another pipe. And he's got Rustica, I believe. So, Todd, could you say something? No? Okay. And you guys wondered why I didn't want to do this. Sorry, Todd. All right. So, in addition to Carter Hall Plantation, there is a U.S. naval vessel named after the Carter Hall Plantation called the U.S. Carter Hall, and it is still in active service. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So they're saying they cannot hear you, which disturbs me. So let's hang on 1 second, Tim. That should free you up now. So go ahead. I think they'll be able to hear you now. And
there was a fictional character named Carter Hall.
There was indeed.
The original Hawkman.
Yes, I was surprised to learn that, to be honest. But I didn't know Hawkman had an alter ego. I thought he was just a Hawkman.
They all did it at the early parts. Now, even Thor used to walk around with a cane that would turn into his hammer or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what happened to the wings? Did they just tuck them in? Or?
I don't know.
Or maybe he did that Wonder Woman spin thing and they just popped out.
Or what the X-Men did with Angel.
You lost me.
Hold on. There we go.
Okay, Tony, thank you.
What X-Men did with Angel, where he used to put belts around.
So we got the audio problem fixed. Thank you, Tony. Turns out I can't have... So you could either hear the audio while I was talking and they weren't on yet, or you could hear it now. Or, well, you don't need to know. I had to turn it back on was the problem. I turned it off to mute you guys, and then I had to turn it back on.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jim, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we sure can. Sounds perfect. So what are you
Yeah.
smoking tonight? Oh, good.
Well, I have one last box of the traditional Carter Hall, and I want to save that. And I thought I had another one open. I couldn't find it. So I've got KBV's Burley Morning Pipe, which is close.
Good enough. Yep.
Yep.
It's like I said earlier, I was originally thinking we'd all smoke, but a lot of folks don't have it and they want to join it. It's fine. It's fine.
I have it, but I'm being protective of it.
And that's
the
yes.
original blend,
So
the original mixture.
Yes.
Before they switched it down to Dominican, wherever it's at now. It's not the same.
Yeah, I agree. It's different. Although honestly, I think I like the new stuff a little bit better. I know that's anathema, but that's
yeah. It's not that it's bad, but what I really like is the classic sour undernote, right? That you got from the original Carter Hall, and that's a little slight on the new version.
Yes.
So that's the only demerit I would say, but no, it's still a good blend by all means.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I do agree with you on that sour note. It lost a lot of the chemical topping notes in it though, which I didn't like.
That is true.
So that's an improvement. But yeah, that one note that I think it's probably a change in the burley they're using. But
was it kind of like that vinegary like you get with some vapors?
I wouldn't say it's vinegary. It's just what I call a classic burley sourness. And that's one of the things I really relish about burleys is that sour finish. And Carter Hall had a very nice one. The original blend had when it was made here in the States, it had a really nice one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to describe it, but
yeah, it's not vinegary, no.
No, not at all.
Burley sour sounds like a drink.
It does.
You get that down in Kentucky.
Get burley sour and make it a double. Well, I am done with the Haunted Bookshop. And done with it for the day. I'm only doing one bowl a day and not every day. And by the way, I do have a Yingling tonight. Voodoo, if you're vicariously drinking beer through us as well, you're in trouble. So I'm going to go with, I've got two choices here. I've got the old Carter Hall and the new, and because of what Jim just reminded me of, I'm going to go with the old Carter Hall. I actually have a couple of tubs of this, so this is the last tub. I jarred some of it up so that I could use the tub for another blend. And I'm going to smoke it in the codgeriest pipe I have, which is the Mincer Doodler. So Todd has turned into a tree.
It's like a transformer.
Yeah. An amazing guy, that Todd. So any other interesting Carter Hall facts? We got off on the Birdman thing. I talked about the naval vessel, which was named after the plantation. So the plantation was apparently pretty famous in its day. And Steph said that she hasn't won the lotto yet.
Trying to get some tobacco into my pipe so I can smoke it.
Ah, gotcha, Todd. Gotcha. Maybe Carter Hall Estate will be a smoker's retirement home. We sure hope so, Steph. Ed and I already have big plans, so we're picking out rocking chairs and everything.
Well, I'll meet you guys like 10 or 15 years later.
You calling us old? I saw a thing today, I think it was actually Corvette Jim posted this on Instagram, that it said, I'm trying to figure out why all these people my age look so old. Or something to that effect. I think everyone gets to a point where they stop feeling older. They just
It is what it is at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You're not going to do anything about it.
I never thought I would grow old, but I'm here, so it is what it is.
But did you, I mean, I got to a point where I stopped thinking I was, like, I don't think I'm mentally aging. Like, I still feel like I'm 40 maybe. And I forget sometimes.
Yeah, just the, I'm starting to feel it in my joints, not the BM, but no, mentally I'm still sharp. It's just, I can't do a lot of things physically I used to do.
Right. No, I wasn't trying to say that I feel 40, but I mentally think I'm 40. Hey, Phil.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. Hey, Phil.
Good to see you, Phil. How are you doing tonight?
I'm not to die.
Oh.
The Google Meet thing's been giving me fits. Used to be able to just use the code, sign in.
Yeah.
Won't install on my Chromebook, even though it supposedly will. So I finally got it installed just now on the phone. Got it to fire up.
Huh. I didn't even know you had to install. I mean, it's just running in Chrome for me.
It asked me to what platform did I want to use.
This has only been going on about a week or two.
Oh, so they changed something. Not surprising.
You should just click the link and it goes straight there. Now it wants you, it goes to the Play Store, App Store.
So what are you smoking tonight, Phil?
Bugler.
Good enough. You and Todd are in the same. All right, Todd, did you switch to a pipe now? No.
Clean
Okay.
cigarette tobacco out of it.
Okay.
I can't smoke a pipe in my sister's truck.
Ah, okay.
So I figured a way around it.
I guess it works.
Yeah, just a little too warm out here for a pipe right now.
Mm-hmm.
I find I really don't enjoy it as much outside. I think, who was it? Russ Roulette said, claimed that your palate is more sensitized. I don't find that myself.
In the heat or just outside?
No, just outside. I was, and he's a very intelligent man. I have a lot of respect for him, but
Yeah.
I don't know that I agree with that. I find it's actually the opposite.
Because I don't smoke in the house, period. Haven't since my kids were infants, so yeah, I don't know where else to smoke except outside.
Well, cigars, yeah, I do the cigars outside. I sit here in my den with the window open and a fan on.
I'm an army of one. I'd smoke wherever I darn well please.
God love you.
I'm going to say one doesn't make an army any more than a tree makes a forest. Good thing is you only have to answer to yourself. So.
Mm-hmm.
So on the old age point that we were on earlier, Michael Case is pointing out that when you stop looking at young girls and start looking at their grandmothers, that's how you know you're old. That's a good tip, I think.
That'll never happen.
And
I see things now and I'm like, geez, I am the grandfather. I'm not, geez.
Yeah.
And both Boris and Clarence are either having or had a birthday. So happy birthday to you guys. You're born around the same time as Carter Hall. Fantastic. Yeah, it's weird. I don't have kids, but a lot of people that I grew up with are grandparents now, and it's strange. I just don't feel like I could be a grandparent.
I'm new to it. My oldest grandchild is just turned 6. Her birthday is actually a couple days before mine. So.
Wow. So your birthday's around Carter Hall too, huh?
My birthday is July 20th.
July 20. Okay.
Armstrong, Bruce Lee.
You're
Better
a
than
Leo.
mine.
Mine's 28. So apparently, there were a couple of battleships named after Carter Hall. I'm cheating. I'm looking at Wiki.
Yeah, there's at least one that's still deployed.
Yep, 1993 was the christening date, and it doesn't have an end date on it.
Okay, no wonder I'm not familiar with it because I got out in '92.
Is it wrong that I want a boat and name it the Edmund Fitzgerald?
Don't float it in Lake Michigan, right?
Yeah,
it was Lake Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Great
Superior.
Yeah. Tempting the fates.
Superior, okay. Yeah.
It's wrong that you started that song playing in my head again, too.
You're welcome.
And we have
Hassan Chop.
Hassan. Hello.
Saturday morning cartoon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're driving. You are driving.
Yeah, I am. So I'm just going to keep myself on mute.
Yes. Okay. Well, drive safely there.
You want to cue up George of the Jungle?
Watch out for that tree.
Hey, you're really making me feel old there, Tim. You keep bringing these old references up.
Getting his drink. All about old references.
Yes.
I liked George of the Jungle.
Watch out for that. Bam. Ooh, tree.
I was giving away my age a little too when Hassan came on. I said Hassan Chop. That's a Saturday morning cartoon reference too.
Right.
Was funny.
Oh yes, yes.
My favorite Bugs Bunny cartoon was the one where it was a gangster. I think his name was Rocky.
Oh yeah, the little short guy with the
kind of like Capone-ish. Kind of Capone-ish.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's curtains for you, Rocky. It's curtains. It's like, oh no, nothing but no. And then he slams a set of curtains over his head, and he's like, "Oh, they're beautiful."
As if, would I turn on the gas if my friend was in the oven, Rocky?
Don't ask me. I'm quarter Jewish, so.
Not too shabby.
No, I guess it was Elmer Fudd that he had hidden in the oven, and Rocky was looking for him.
And then he put him in a chest, and he went down the stairs, and he's like, "Would I do this to my friend friend Rocky if he was in this chest?"
Oh yeah, that now I'm getting the visuals back. They totally obliterated the guy through the whole cartoon.
And there were no cops. He was just having a conversation to himself.
My favorite is still the monster one where he's doing the monster's nails and saying, I always think monsters are such interesting people.
Was that the big, like, hairy looking?
They had like a
thing?
Yeah.
Head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hairy.
Yeah, it was like a molar with hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking mullet.
John and I did Saturday morning cartoons for God, I don't know how many years, but we'd post them up and they'd strike memories, and we'd sit and chat about them, and a lot of those chats would end up in his next live.
I remember him talking about it. It was a Facebook thing, right?
Yeah. That was fun. We started running out of cartoons. We started putting up old detective series like the CHP or the Highway Patrol, and westerns or Sherlock Holmes, and
Hmm.
even old commercials that happen to have pipes or whatever in them.
Wasn't the Highway Patrol? Was that Broderick Crawford? Was that the guy that was in that?
I think so. That would be probably around 53, 54,
Yeah, it
somewhere
was.
around there.
Yeah, I mean, that was before I came in, but I remember very vaguely remember watching that when I was a kid.
No. Yeah, about that time, well, maybe a little later, the Rifleman, Wanted Dead or Alive, all
Oh
those
yeah, that
kind
was
of.
classic. Rifleman.
There was something more innocent. You know, they may give the impression of something, but it wasn't in your face. It was more dignified and left
Yeah.
more to the imagination.
Yep. I know
Yeah.
what you mean. Less is better. Now it's just
Yeah.
too much. It's over the top.
Yeah. I had that argument with my ex-wife. That's why she's my ex-wife.
If that's not that's what she said joke, I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that, so I had to step it up a little bit. Those of you who haven't been on lives with me, and Mike knows, I'm that's just if I see a crack of light,
You're going in.
I'm going in. Don't follow me.
So we got some Carter Hall comments here. Texas Piper is saying it's an easy smoke, easy to pack, lights well, doesn't go out much. Pondering with Pepe's Pipes says that it's a good blend to wake up to. I agree with that, Pepe. I used to start every day with a bowl of Carter Hall and some 8 o'clock coffee. And
I still have a pouch. I'm probably going to go get my J Mouton pipe and fire it up. I have a pouch of the original Carter Hall still on the bench. How does the new iteration compare to the old?
Yeah, Jim and I were talking about that. It's similar. It's a little bit different. I think it's actually better because it's got less of the chemical topping. But Jim pointed out that it's missing that sour note that it used to have. So if you enjoyed that, and that is one of the things I like about some Burleys. It's different.
Good and bad. The short answer. It's still a very nice blend. Don't get me wrong. Still nice.
Yeah, I like Carter Hall. It's an easy, when I see in description, say sophisticated palate or nuance, I was like, yeah, they don't even know what's going on with it. They're too busy.
Right.
It says it requires a sophisticated palate. Run the other way.
Indeed. B-Man 2385 is asking, what's a good second to Carter Hall?
I tell you, I turned on to Match Edgeworth Ready Rub from Sutliff. That's a really good one, and it's a comparable ride too.
And they do have the original Ready Rub from Lane, so they couldn't call it Edgeworth, but it is. They owned the recipe, so
it is very good.
Yeah.
I haven't had the Sutliff, but I've had the Lane and I've had the original, and they're basically identical. I can't tell any difference.
I mean, I had some. John sent me a quite substantial amount of the Edgeworth slice from the 70s. I'm thinking. Oh my God, that was good. It's indescribable. You had to be there.
Yeah.
Well, Mike already knows my go-to. 30-some-odd-year-old half and half.
That is an acquired taste. Once you acquire it, it's good.
Yes.
After 30 years, it'd probably be more like a quarter and a quarter.
Actually, no, it smoked real well, and it tastes like well, you get that Merlot smell because
It's stewed almost or aged.
it is well aged.
Yeah.
Very unique.
So you mean it the aroma is like being in a wine cellar.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't open, and I popped it open, sent some over to Mike. He enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was very kind of you to do that, Tim. It's gone now, but it was very good while it lasted. I actually smoked the last bowl recently, past couple of days.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I thought I had finished it, but I was cleaning off my desk and I found a bunch of bags that got mixed in with some of the others. But wasn't much left. It's really good.
Hello, Rustica, my new friend. I've come to smoke you once again.
There's Patrick Grant. How you doing, Patrick? Gonna put
my grandfather's technique.
Scooping.
Yeah, this is like 2-3 years old, but it still hasn't dried out.
It's amazing.
No, it won't either.
I don't think you can hurt. If there's ever a nuclear war, the roaches are going to be smoking Carter Hall.
I have that visual in my head now.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony, hello.
You're muted, Tony.
I don't think I've met Tony before. Hello.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh. Try again, Tony.
There's on the
Old guards that believes the Carter Hall is a great way to break in a new pipe setting cake.
Yeah.
Might be superstition, but I believe it.
And a lot of people ask, I mean, from my perspective, what should I break the pipe in? I'm like, whatever you bloody well please. But if you're gonna, that worried about, quarter bowl, half bowl, 2/3, whatever breaking process, usually I would say, if you're gonna smoke Virginias in it, find a plain Virginia, break it in. If you're gonna smoke Latakia or something or Orientals, then break it in with that. Break it in with. Otherwise, if you're gonna just smoke everything, just find a neutral like cube cut burley or something innocuous and go for it.
Yeah.
Smoke the stain off it.
I do love my cube cut burley.
Yeah, I was smoking some of that earlier. Paul's pipe shop blend.
How do you think I make it? I hate Roger Goodell.
Jim, Jim or Mike, you said that the Carter Hall didn't have that sour note, and I didn't remember a sour note, but I'm puffing on it, and I was like, it does have a freaking sour note.
The trailing finish that just solidifies the taste in my mind. I love that note.
I had never noticed that before.
Yeah. It's a nice little embellishment that is characteristic of the old Carter Hall. And a good burley. That to me is a great burley when it has that sour finish to it.
I don't know if anyone else got this, but the Frog Morton series back in the day, there was something in there, and people kept asking me, or friends kept asking me, and I was like, I get it too, and it dawned on me. When you open a box of brand new Crayola crayons as a kid?
Oh yeah.
It had that note on your palate, or the only next closest thing I could think of was paraffin canning.
Yeah. I can see that.
Pretty wild.
I missed out on the original Carter Hall.
If I don't finish this in the next 3 years, it'll probably still be good. I'll send you some.
Hall ends in 10 minutes.
Yeah, they've said that before. So I'll just say, if they do cut us off, and you never know with Google, thank you. If not, we'll keep going. But I've heard, I mean, I guess, Todd, was it you that said that this is what John uses and he can go for hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's...
When he first started, there was a couple, they did this to him as well. It doesn't work on anything except a smart.
I'm sorry, all the cameras just went out on me again. So
you have to deposit more quarters, or what? What is that about?
I don't know.
my kid's coin operated electronics. Don't visit Mike.
It reminds me of funny. I traveled late in the late 80s, and I swear to God, in the room in the hotel, you had to put money in the TV. They had let's say inappropriate things they were showing on the TV. And as you put money in it, it made the screen clearer, so you could see. You know, it was the strangest damn thing I've ever seen in my life.
Another 10 cents for focus.
Aren't they the ones that pixelate all the junk and stuff?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then as you put money in, you get you get a clear picture of the true graphic action, I guess you could say.
I learned
Literally
a long time ago
on the TV. It was strange. And they refused. This is November too, and they refused to turn the heat on until January.
When there's a teenager, if they pixelate something, you just squint your eyes really tight, and then you can see.
I remember as a kid, we had regular cable, and if you go in over, for us, Playboy channel was number 27, but you can't get it, right? So you would use the fine tuning thing to try to get like a snowy black and white.
Chad Yardism did a live yesterday, and they happened to talk about Helen Mirren, and I said she was in Caligula. I said before that she was in kind of some pretty pathetic, almost B-roll cameos or roles. And the only reason I knew that is because when HBO first came out, my buddies and I were in advanced electronics, and we figured out how to hack HBO. Twin lead, 200 ohm, 250 ohm antenna lead on the back with a piece of foil, and you slid it till it came in. The first thing that came in was Caligula.
What are they doing on a horse?
Yeah. Doesn't look like Bugs Bunny.
Back in Bugs.
You stinker.
Hey, I liked your Jar Jar voice, Tim. I appreciate Jar Jar.
Misa strong with the dark side of the Force.
No. Don't encourage it.
You gotta love Jar Jar. He's just too obnoxious.
Yeah, it was a difficult movie to make. Everybody had their own opinion of how it was going to happen in their head.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't.
As long as one of those translates to film somehow.
You guys have any beverages to go with your pipes?
Beverages?
You guys are drinking and making me thirsty, but I have nothing.
I got sweet tea over here.
I've got a Yingling.
Every day at work, I have to finish the afternoon with a bang. Just keep on going.
Using a framing nail for a tamper because that's what's in front of me.
Nice.
I mean, I got a branch.
I do have this, but I set it on the rim. I still end up using my finger.
I've done that. Wet the finger a little bit and go in real quick.
I had an answer, but I'm just gonna sit here and wait and see if anyone else does anything.
I didn't hear the question. Maybe I don't want to.
I was just asking if everybody was entertained.
Entertained? I keep losing you guys. I don't know what's going on here. If they're getting ready to boot us off or what's happening here, but I keep losing the...
Yeah,
I think we're beating up on Mike's internet. That's what we're doing.
looks like it's gonna shut us down in 4 or less. So.
We must find our conversation boring.
Could be. Well,
That or the analytics correct. They're just totally don't know where to go right now.
Yeah.
there's no smoking pipes on YouTube. Yeah, we actually got both ends of Google going now with pipe smoking. They're not going to like that.
Why can't we all just get along?
Conflict of disinterest.
If you're gonna quote Rodney King, you gotta do the head shake. Did we all just get along?
Do you do this like as a day job or as a second job, an impersonator or what? You're good at it.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's just I have to entertain myself.
Man.
It's the army of one again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you do Speedy Gonzalez?
Ibai.
Ondale.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Now that was a classic cartoon you can't watch anymore.
Yeah.
Still the #1 cartoon in Mexico, though.
Yeah, go figure.
The hero is supposedly offending, right?
Yeah. But what was slow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know if he was always tired or if he was on a tequila hangover half the time. But he always mopey, his cousin.
I have his voice in my head, but I can't think of anything. Yeah, I'm not even going to try that. God's forehead.
I have to be double entered. It's the only way I can get this to work. But, uh-oh. We just lost.
There goes YouTube.
That's the countdown.
Well, I'm actually going
I'm not
to...
even counting it down.
Now they got the bar going across the air.
Yeah. What? Ooh, that's obvious. Colorblind. 2 different shades of blue.
I think we're...
on the side stage with the big broom.
I think we just got booted off. Sorry, folks. They're, Yep, we were booted off. So, unfortunately, I know we lost the video there for a minute, and I don't know what was going on with Google Meet, but it was towards the end there really not running very smoothly. So my apologies for that. But hopefully you can see me now. I should be streaming okay. And we cut out the Google Meet, so that shouldn't be an issue. Just make sure, yeah, the mic is on, so everything should be good now. Turn off that microphone just in case. So, yeah, thank you, Patrick. I hope it was fun while it lasted. I enjoyed it, but I was worried it was not going to go smoothly. It didn't, but it was fun. It was fun indeed. So good to see you back here. Let's see. Somebody's saying they never had Carter Hall. Pete number 2 says he's never had Carter Hall. You should try it if you can, Pete. It's a very good blend. Tim wants the profile picture back up. I don't know what that means, but we'll see what we can do. Jim PM, anyone like Peretti's Burley? I love Peretti's Burley. There's something special about the Peretti blends. It's got a very characteristic flavor. I don't know what it is, but it's in all their blends. And I really like their Burley blends. Smarty Bob, good evening. And Jeffrey Feinberg, thank you for finding it fun. I can tell you it wasn't too much fun on my end because I was panicked the whole time, but we kind of pulled it off. So I've now switched to the new version of Carter Hall. And I think what Jim PM said is actually absolutely right. That sour note is not here, and that is a shame because that was something that was kind of defining about Carter Hall for me. But it is a much cleaner tobacco flavor. You know, I'm really enjoying the Burley in this even more than I do in the original. So there's something good about it too. Yeah, Jim, it's, I don't know if soapy is the word I would use, but it's definitely something very unique to their blend. Nah, Phil, I had faith in you. And even if you did, what are they going to do, you know? We're all adults. You got to be yourself. Hillbilly Piper says he likes the old Carter Hall. I do too, Hillbilly. I'm not saying I'm glad they changed it, but I can appreciate the new stuff. And you know, something I wanted to bring up in the discussion, and unfortunately never got the chance to, is that, you know, whether it's Carter Hall or Half and Half or, you know, whatever, Prince Albert, whatever, those blends are really important because if you look at the numbers, those are what are selling the most. You know, these over-the-counter blends, Captain Black is the biggest selling tobacco in the world, which seems bizarre to me, but it's true. And we need to support that. You know, we need to celebrate that, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this today, because that's what's keeping the industry alive. You know, that's actually the financials coming in from those tobaccos that we might view as being, you know, old-fashioned, cheap. They're not cheap, actually. They cost more than a lot of things. Those are the things that are keeping the industry alive, and that's why you're able to get your boutique blends that you enjoy. So we got to keep that in mind. Tim's asking, what do you call the surgery when you have your tonsils removed? You don't call it anything because you can't talk after you have your tonsils removed. That's true, Jim. It's more readily accessible, but you know, if Haunted Bookshop could capture that market, you don't think you'd see Haunted Bookshop in the same places you see Captain Black? I mean, why wouldn't Ladalsi take advantage of that market? I think there's folks that just, and we don't know them because they're not folks that think about pipe smoking the way we think about it. They're not folks that consider it a hobby. It's just the thing they do. And on their way to work, they stop at the gas station and they grab a pouch of Captain Black and they're off to work. And, you know, that's just what they do. It's interesting to think about that, you know, most of the people that are smoking a pipe in the world, well, at least in the United States, are not approaching it the way that we approach it. Tim, are you trying to tell a multi-part joke in the chat? Poor lost souls, Lord Hogarth. I don't know. If they're happy, if you enjoy what you're smoking, you're doing it right. By the way, this is a J Mouton that I switched to when I switched over to the new Carter Hall. Yeah, Jim, I was one of those guys too. I mean, when I first started pipe smoking, I smoked Captain Black because it was the first thing I picked up at the right age, and just kept going back for the same thing. And I did that for quite a long time before I basically wandered into a brick and mortar. Didn't even know what I was going to find in there. Thanks, Patrick. So I mentioned earlier, I think, and we got some time to go here. I'm not wrapping up, but next week there's not going to be a show because I'm going to be at the Columbus Pipe Show. So I'm really looking forward to that. Any of you guys going to be there? No, Tony, this is not the fossilized whale spine. I don't actually know what that material is. I think I know this is the pipe that both Couch and I got twins of, and he wanted jade. I don't think this is actually jade. I think it's just jade color, but I don't know what the material is. It looks almost like stone. I mean, it's got some veins running through it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but my guess is it's an acrylic, but I don't know. I do have another one of his pipes that does have the fossilized whale spine on it. It's really beautiful. Live streaming opportunity. Well, Tim, considering how well this past hour has gone, I don't know if that would be a good idea. And I probably won't be able to do it, but we'll see. If I do, it'll be impromptu and just for a short time. Hillbilly Piper, does that mean you are going to be in Columbus? And Jim PM might? Phil thinks it is jade, but not what Asians consider jade. Oh, there's okay. I know what Asians consider jade. I didn't know. I guess there's a jade mineral rock. Great. Well, I look forward to seeing you there, Hillbilly. Fantastic. Ron thinks it looks like turquoise. I could see that. Oh, okay, Phil. Interesting. Michael saying jadeite. Lord Hogarth is going to try to up his wife's tranquilizers and sneak off to Vegas. I was hoping, yes, Dr. G, I'll definitely put pictures and stuff on Instagram. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a live or anything, but we'll see how it goes. Where was it? Billy Piper will be the one in the harness. That's funny. And Big Country Briar. So is I know Beans is going. Is Cody going too, Cole? Yeah, the Vegas show is getting a lot of press. I would have loved to have gone, and my wife and I were talking about it. She likes Vegas, so we were going to try to make the trip, but we just got too much going on. And Richmond, I had the dates wrong. I thought it was in October, and it's actually the week of our. Because I was going to drive down there with Armchair Piper, but it's the week of our anniversary. So I already promised that we'd do something. Great call. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. And I saw today that Larry Blackett's going to be there. Buttons for your britches. He'll be there with a display of tampers, so that'll be fun. Indeed it does, Patrick. Family does come first, and we got to keep that in mind. And I know a lot of us are in the situation I'm in where my wife is very understanding about everything I do, and when it's time to pay that back, I pay it back. Got to introduce myself to Jim at Lazarus Pipes. Will do, Tim. I'll tell Jim that you sent me. Physically ran into Carrot Top? That's funny, Jim. Not a fan of casinos myself, Phil. We go to the casino up in Bethlehem. We haven't been there in years, but we used to go 2 or 3 times a year because they've got some really good restaurants, and we'd usually get there early enough that we'd go into the slot machines and blow a whole $5, and that was enough casino time for me to last me the rest of the year. Carter Hall looks thick, and you're used to vapors. Yeah, it's going to be a different smoke, B-Man. Definitely not a vapor. It was quite embarrassing. I bet it was, Jim. I won't answer, Ron. I will plead the fifth. I used to have a joke about Carrot Top being the bastard child of Reba McEntire and Ronald McDonald. I don't remember how the joke went, but that was the punchline. Oh, Piper on the 45, they're colluding against you? That's not good. Yeah, he really muscled up. I saw a picture of him in the past couple years and was just shocked. Wendy from the fast food side. And other famous redheads. You got to wonder about Carrot Top, though. I mean, he was a young comedian. He came up with that name, and that was his sort of claim to fame. Now he's an old guy, and I don't know how old he is, but he's probably about as old as I am, and he still has to introduce himself as Carrot Top. That must be hard. Oh, Portsmouth is going to Vegas too, and Jose Cavendish. Man, I really wanted to go to Vegas, but not in the stars. Oh, you had to get all those props in order, Michael. Funny as the plague, yeah. All right, B-Man, thanks for joining us, buddy. You have a good night, too. Great weekend. You think Carrot Top's going in that direction, Phil? Carrot Top's older than me. He's 57. Wow. It's amazing the things we wind up talking about on this. And I never would have guessed that we'd go from Carter Hall Day to Carrot Top. With some Bugs Bunny and George of the Jungle in the middle. Eyebrows keep getting higher. No, Lord Hogarth, I cannot picture that. That might be an impossible image. Carrot Top smoking a pipe. Yeah, Michael, I was a Gallagher guy, sure. It was all that melon slip mashing that got me. You know, it's interesting. The Gallagher that, I don't know if he's still touring, but the Gallagher that was touring most recently wasn't the original Gallagher. And nobody noticed. if I got the story right, his brother was Gallagher. And he looks just like his brother. And his brother decided that he didn't want to be Gallagher anymore, so he sold the Gallagher image to his non-comedian brother, who then just took it over. Three Stooges, yes. Get to catch them sometimes on Saturday nights on MeTV, if my wife lets me. Evolution of a chat. Yes, there's a doctoral thesis in there, Phil. Are you saying that Carrot Top is doing what Andy Kaufman did, Patrick? And by that I assume you mean getting weird. There's a thing for siblings that look alike, Phil, but I don't think they were twins. That was the weird part about it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they were actually twins. Well, Michael, I don't actually know that either of them were originally named Gallagher. I think it was the stage name. And now we're all doing Three Stooges. I love the Three Stooges. I'm actually a member of the National Three Stooges fan club. And I live about 20 minutes from the Stoogium, which is a wonderful place to go to if you're a Stooges fan. They got a great museum. But the best part about it is they've got this small movie theater. It probably seats 50 people at the most. But on the days that they're open, they run constant Stooges shorts. You can go in anytime, you can stay as long as you want, and just sit there and watch them on the big screen. And what's great about it is, I've seen these things 100 times. I've been watching them since I was a little kid. I know what all the jokes are, I know what's coming. But when you're sitting there in a room full of people that all laugh, you can't help but laugh with them and laugh really hard. It's so much funnier when you're in that group of people that are all enjoying it at the same time. I really enjoy that. I don't know, Michael. It might be their last name. I have no idea. I should have, if I knew we were going to talk about this, I would have done some more homework on Gallagher. Tim once used the stage name Magellan and went to the wrong club to do stand-up. Yeah, Andy Kaufman did get kind of strange there towards the end. But, boy, he was a funny guy. Okay, Patrick says his last name is Gallagher. And Corvette Jim says they were twins and their last name is Gallagher. Dr. G is asking, how many actual Stooges were there? Well, there were 3 at any one time. So it was originally Ted Healy and his Stooges, and there were 3 of them. And that was, I think that was Mo, Larry, Curly. And then Curly had a stroke, And that started a whole parade of, you had Shemp. Nobody likes Shemp. Joe DeRita, Joe Besser, all in that curly slot, but it was always Larry and Moe. I think that's it, though. I think that would make 5. Tim's saying 6. Who am I missing? There was Curly, there was Joe Besser, Joe DeRita, and Shemp. Okay, so that's 4 Curlies, and then Larry and Moe would make 6. Yep, you're right, Tim. Thank you. Clarence Wood liked Shemp. Clarence, you're the first person I've ever heard say that. One of the most interesting things about the Stoogium. Oh, did Shemp come back? I didn't realize he came back yet. Shemp was like a second left shoe. That's pretty accurate, Phil. So one of the most interesting displays in the Stoogium is they have these life-size wax dummies of Moe, Larry, and Curly. And they're life-size, you know, the size that the guys actually were. And it's kind of surprising how short they were. They were actually very short. Jim says Shemp had a cool hairdo. He had an odd hairdo. That's a good point there, Cole. Big Country Briar. All good comics have some mental illness, so you should be ready for some wild behavior. Yeah. War museums weird you out, huh, Phil? Wax museums. I should put my glasses on. Yeah, wax museums are creepy. Watch the Stooges home movies online. I've seen some of them, Michael. They're very cool. Shemp was Moe and Curly Joe brother. I'm trying to remember the relationships. So Curly and Moe were brothers. Larry was Larry Fine. They were Howard. Curly and Moe were Howard. And I think Shemp was a Howard as well. But Curly Joe was Joe DeRita. And who am I forgetting? Oh, and Joe Besser. So those two guys were not related. Cincinnati Piper, how you doing, buddy? I think that's Luke, right? Good to see you, Luke. Jim got a pity roll. Eric, the blue-collar pipe smoker, stopping in to Louis Feinberg. Was that Larry's real name? Corvette Jim's got to go take his meds so he doesn't become a comic. Well, Jim, thanks for joining us, buddy. Have a great weekend. Larry actually grew up in my old neighborhood. Larry did have a bad case of pillowhead. Hey, Eric, are you going to be at the Columbus show? I'll see you there, Jim. Looking forward to it. Really, Ed, I did not know that they had a scene like that. That's really interesting. Todd Barstow, just getting home from work, trying Carter Hall match for the first time. Well, I hope you enjoy it, Todd. Thanks for joining us. A Larry impersonator did the voice for Stimpy? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, fantastic, Eric. I'm going to be there too. So I look forward to seeing you, buddy. Disneyland was built in Michael Case's old neighborhood. I guess you win, Michael. I can only claim Larry. That's a good one, Phil. I am done with the Carter Hall now, and we're coming to an end. We're actually a couple minutes over, but I got to finish up the Yingling. Not a contest, okay, Michael. But if it were, you would win. So in case you joined late or you just weren't listening or you don't care, you get to hear it again anyway. Won't be here next week because I'm going to be in... there goes the furnace. I forgot to turn that off. Well, I'm just going to talk over it because we're going to wrap up. So I'm going to be at the Columbus show next week, so there will not be a live stream, but we'll be back the following week. We'll just let that run for a bit while I finish this. Tim went to the same high school as Stephen King. Thank you, Patrick. You have a good night and a great weekend. That explains a lot, Tim. Thank you, Donnie. You have a great weekend, buddy. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Phil. You take care. Oh, I do like German food, so go to Schmidt's in Columbus. I'll keep that in mind, Jim. Thank you. Night, Armchair Piper. Have a good one, buddy. Tony 513, thanks a lot for joining us. Oh, sorry, Phil. I didn't mean to steal your thought. Good night, Jeffrey. Yeah, it's the furnace. It heats the hot water in the summertime. That's why it's on, and I forgot to turn it off. Anyway, folks, I am going to finish this. I thank you all for joining me. Thanks in particular to the folks that joined me on the Google Meet. Maybe we'll try it again sometime and it will go more smoothly. Y'all take care. Have a great weekend. I'll see you in a couple weeks. I'll see you on Sunday for a video, but we'll be back live in a couple weeks. So take care, all.